I have a confession to make. When I found out that the Generation 8 Pokemon games were set in Galar, a region based on the UK, I had mixed feelings. You see, I live in Jamaica, a former British colony, and the Queen of England is still the sovereign to this day. A part of me wanted Britain's colonial history to be highlighted in the games in some way for their part in the enslavement of my ancestors and the persistence of social issues such as skin bleaching. Even worse, I played Pokemon Y this year, which is set in Kalos, a region based on France. Don't even get me started on what France has done to Haiti. But of course, it's Pokemon. So I didn't expect them to go into all that, not even in an allegorical sense. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier though, well, that's another story. From the very beginning, it was setting itself up to make a political statement or two. The main antagonists are a group of refugees. One of the titular characters is a black man who experiences systematic oppression, and there's even a callback to one of the most heinous breaches of ethics in modern scientific history. Throughout the show's run, Sam the Falcon Wilson struggles with whether to take up the mantle, or rather the shield, of Captain America, the one that Steve Rogers has handed to him. It's clear that the show was meant to show just how worthy he is of the shield, that he is no Steve Rogers, but he doesn't have to be. He's a different man, a good man with a good heart, a true Captain America. But after watching the show, something bothered me. I've been thinking about it on and off for months, trying to figure out what it was, and I think I finally have an answer. Before I share it though, I have to give this caveat. I am not American. I am black, but I'm Jamaican. My view of these issues is as an outsider. As much as social media allows me to see footage and read articles of what happens in the United States, it is not my experience. But I do hope you will listen to my perspective. Maybe we can have a discussion. So my point, my thesis statement if you will, is this. Having a black man be given the shield in today's world is a missed opportunity for the characters and the franchise itself to realize that there is no need for a Captain America. Or rather, that America is a symbol of so much bad for so many people. America is not worthy to claim the goodness that it claims Captain America represents. Let me explain. Black Lives Matter is still fresh in the world's memory. I can't even imagine how it must be for the people in the United States. Black Americans are still afraid of the systematic racism, the potential for the police to profile them, arrest them for crimes that they are not more likely to commit than white people are, to take their lives rather than serve and protect them. This is the same America that tables laws that specifically target vulnerable populations, where people of color are more likely to be incarcerated with longer prison sentences for the same crimes as white people, where people make a big deal about fictional characters diverging from a very specific mold. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier does raise some of these issues. We see Sam targeted by the police, only getting away because he's the Falcon. The resolution to these issues though, it just doesn't feel satisfactory to me. In the finale, Sam says,
"We built this country, bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. Not after what everybody before me went through."
But to me, that explanation feels incomplete, unsatisfactory. Captain America was created as wartime propaganda during World War II. He was supposed to represent America the strong, the mighty, the just. An America that is nothing but an illusion. Sam gives an impassioned speech to world leaders about how they need to do better. And somehow, that supposedly works? How? Again, calling back to BLM. It's distasteful to me that a group of protesters are villainized by the show. Remember, Sam says,
I agree with your fight. I just can't give it the way you're fighting it.
Then how, Sam, are they supposed to fight? Not everyone has a vibranium shield and suit with the stars and stripes emblazoned on them. Not everyone can demand an audience with those in power because they bear a superhero title given to them by a white man. The issues are still there, Sam. The country still does pose a threat to you, your sister, and your nephews. It's telling that the writers chose to have Sam give a speech to these world leaders, though. Captain America lecturing the world about justice and fairness. But maybe, just maybe, a more powerful message would have been that America does not deserve a Captain America. That she has a lot of growing to do before she can. That America is not the beacon of justice and fairness that she believes she is. Not to the world, and not to many of her own people. While so many people are still disadvantaged and targeted by her, how can she really still have the gall to claim that she is the hero of this story? Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for black representation, I am. But in a sense, this feels like Marvel is sanitizing these issues, albeit in a different way than Pokemon does. So maybe Sam was right to put down the shield at the start of the show. Maybe it should have stayed locked away from America's hands, at least until the United States showed that they were worthy of it. Thanks for watching. I've been Ken Kwame, and I'll see you next time.